Hello and welcome to SaxophoneTeacher.net. Today I wanted to start a new topic which is the famous cadence called 251. There's many people that ask about where should they start with their journey in jazz improvisation. Many times they start with playing a single scale like a pentatonic or a blues scale over the blues. But once they good at that, once they can improvise with these over the F blues, for instance, with the D minor pentatonic or any other standard, then they have a question: how can we progress from there? And I think one of the best ways to do that is to start learning about the 251 progression. So this is the first part from the series of videos about the 251. So today I'm going to explain how can we start learning it. So 251 is the king of progression in jazz because pretty much you can find it in 90% of jazz standards. That's why when you practice a single progression in 251, it's very likely that the next piece or probably the next 50 pieces that you're going to play will all incorporate them in some sort of form and key. So without further ado, why don't we try to talk about it more? We're going to start with a C major key. You see, if you take a C major key, the 2 chord can be found on the second degree of the scale, which is D minor. And the notes of that 2 minus 7, which means 2 minor 7 chord, will be D, F, A, and the C. Similarly, if you're going to go to the 5 chord, which is the 5th note of the major C major scale in this case, then we're going to go to the note G and we're going to build similarly the first note G, third B, fifth D, and then the flat 7, which is the F. Finally, we're going to have the 1 chord, which is going to be the C major chord. And that chord is going to be C, E, G, and B. So the symbol for this one is the C triangle. So we're going to have 2 minus 7, 5, 7, and the C triangle. So as you noticed in the 2 chord and the 5 chord, the 7 means that the 7th is the minor. In the case of the D minor 7, the 7th note starting from the D is a C, not the C sharp, as the C sharp would be major 7. Then in the G, the 7 would be F. And finally we get a C triangle. The triangle here stands for the major 7. So enough of the theory. Why don't we try to talk about how can we, in a practical way, start practicing these. So the D minor 7 chord goes to the G7, resolving on 2 bars of the C triangle. So one of the best ways to incorporate that into your playing is by playing them in order. And because of the fact that this is jazz music, we try to divide everything and incorporate everything within the bar lines. So the first chord is going to in 4/4 we'll have only 4 crotchets. So we're going to play the D, F, A, and C using crotchets. Similarly for the G7 and the C triangle. So it's going to sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we are having 4 bars of the 251. What I just played was literally D, F, A, C, followed by G, B, D, F, and followed by C, E, G, B. And because we have 2 bars of the C major 7 chord, I went to the middle C and 10 round going back to B, G, to finish finally on the 4th beat on the E. Now, that's just the starting point. Make sure you are able to play this sequence 1, 3, 5, 7, one with each chord one after the other. That's just the beginning. Then, once you're ready, why don't you try to play the first inversion of these, meaning the 3, 5, 7, 1. Let me show you. So on the first chord, D minor 7, I will start on the F. And it's going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this time I start on the third. So the notes were F, A, C, D for the D minor, followed by second third of the G7, B, D, F, and the G. Finally, 2 bars of C major. The notes were E, G, B, C. Turn around, high E, go back down to C, B, G. Now, once you're ready, once you play this a couple of times and you're not making any mistakes with the metronome, you can go to the second inversion. So this time it's going to be 5, 7, 1, 3. Once you do that, then you go to the third inversion, because we have 4 notes in the chord, which means we can have the third inversion here, as opposed to when you have a triad and only 3 notes and 2 inversions. In this case, with the third inversion here, we start on the 7th. So we go 7, 1, 3, 5. Now, once you're ready with the third inversion, it's time to try to improvise in a random order of notes. As long as you can stick to the chord notes of these and within 4 crotchets per chord, so 4 crotchets per D minor, 4 crotchets per G7, and 4 per each bar of the C major, it's going to be fine. So that's your new limitation. So let me just try to demonstrate me improvising using these chord tones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, it's very important that you do these exercises, because what you're trying to achieve here is to stop thinking about what the actual notes of each chord are. You want to be focused on guiding your improvisation melody. And you can't do that if you, for instance, on D minor 7, you think what the third or the 5th or the 7th is, or what is the following note of the following chord. So if I'm playing, let's say, D and my line goes up, I'm playing D, F, A, C, then it just takes too much time for you to think about whether the G is the correct note of the G7, or is it the B, or was it the C sharp, or something else. So through these exercises that I mentioned, the root position, the first inversion, second inversion, and third inversion, that's going to allow you to take that pressure off from your brain, so that when the actual time comes to improvisation, you're going to be close to the goal of improvising for real, rather than just think about what notes belong to what chord. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I will see you next time, and stay tuned for more videos in regards to the 2-5-1 progression.